Well, tonight you're meeting with a very tired homestead patch. I am so pooped. Goodness, I've been packing for 2 solid days because, as I mentioned in a previous video, we sold our house. We have a 21-day escrow, so I'm on countdown. I have 19 days ready that I need to get this whole house packed up and get it on the road. So tonight I am going to put together some lazy lasagna, and believe me, I need a lazy dinner tonight. So let's get started. This is a Trim Healthy Mama meal. This is considered an S meal on Trim Healthy Mama. Doesn't that look delicious? And it's really healthy. It's got spinach and mozzarella cheese and all kinds of goodies. So let's get started cooking up our hamburger. So this recipe calls for 1 pound of ground beef. I've had mine thawing in the refrigerator all night long. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this up, and then I'm gonna drain any fat that's left on it. And then I'll be back to show you how we finish making this lasagna. This is really good. I make this quite a bit because it's super filling and it's really, really delicious. So I'm actually gonna serve this with some Jell-O and cottage cheese. It's already got the vegetables and all the goodies in it. So let's get this cooked and I'll be right back. And although it doesn't call for it, I don't think you could really make any kind of lasagna without onions. So I'm just gonna put a handful of onions. Now I'm using my Vidalia Chop Wizard because this is the only way that I chop onions. I don't like doing it, but it's one of those things. I love onions, so I just kind of pre-chop it. And then I just put it through the Chop Wizard. This, I'm glad I did today. This is, you know what, it's a white onion, but it's unbelievably strong. And one of these will hold a nice large onion pretty good. Sometimes you gotta kind of shake it down a little bit, but it works. All right, onion done. We'll put that in a jar later for our week, and then we're gonna have chopped onion. We won't have to mess with it. I'm just gonna finish cooking this up, and then I'm gonna add my pasta sauce to this. But I can see already I'm gonna have to drain a little bit of this beef and get some of this fat off of it. Now this is gonna bake as well, so you don't have to worry about overcooking your meat. Just get it browned, and then we're gonna add some pasta sauce to this. All I do is just pull some of this grease down. I don't want it all out, but I want most of it out. So I just put a little paper towel in here. There you go. Now I'm gonna add my pasta sauce. This is homemade pasta sauce out of the tomatoes from my garden. They're from last year's tomatoes, but they're just as good as the day I picked them. And I think this is honestly one of the secrets to a really good lasagna, is having this wonderful pasta sauce that's made from these fresh, fully ripened tomatoes out of my garden. So the very saddest thing I think at this point about my garden this year is that it's all planted, it's doing beautifully, and none of it's gonna be ready before I go. Woohoo. All right, so while this heats up, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the seasonings ready for you. So we are gonna start off with 2 teaspoons of oregano. Now this is a Greek oregano that I grow in my herb garden. So we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of that in. I've just dehydrated this, so I have it on hand. Now, in the next week or so, I'm gonna be dehydrating some more of these so that you can see exactly how I do this. And then I'm going to be adding some mineral salt. I wanna add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm gonna be putting in 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Now, I don't have any onion powder, but I've got some onion flakes, so I'm gonna use those. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And it says cayenne pepper, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to put it in. And 1 doke of stevia. So we're going to add that as well. All right, let's add our seasonings to our dish. And just give it a stir. I'm actually going to turn the heat off because we're going to start putting our lasagna together. Oh boy, does that ever smell good. I've already got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my healthy substitute for ricotta cheese. And I am going to put this in here, and you are not going to be able to tell the difference. So I am going to be adding some cottage cheese. It calls for a half of a container. Now this is the small container, the 16 ounces. So you're going to be putting 8 ounces. I use a fat-free cottage cheese. And we're going to be adding 4 ounces of the 3rd less fat cream cheese. It's so good. And honestly, I can't tell the difference between this and full fat cream cheese. The other thing I love about this 3rd less fat cream cheese is you don't have to leave it out to soften. I don't know how they do it, but it's always soft. So it's great if you're making a cheesecake or whatever. All right, and to this, we're also going to add 1 egg. I'm going to puree this. All right, we're going to start off by putting half of our meat mixture on the bottom of the pan. It looks like we're supposed to do the this cheese mixture first. So we're going to do it just like they said in the book. So we're going to take half of this. Like that. Then we're going to take some mozzarella cheese. I'm all mixed up today. After the ricotta substitute, we're going to put our spinach on at this point. Now my spinach actually kind of half froze in my fridge, so just ignore that little bit of ice. I don't know what happened. But it's all good. It's going to cook anyway. It's not going to matter. Then we're going to put our mozzarella cheese. So this particular bag is 8 ounces. So I'm going to put like 1/4 of it down. Just like this. So all together we're going to use about 1/2 of a bag of cheese. All right, now we're going to put the rest of the meat and we're just going to layer it one more time. And now we're going to put it in a preheated oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And it says to top it lastly with some Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna grab my Parmesan cheese, and I actually like the cheese that's in the green container. Okay, let's give it a little sprinkle. There you go. We're gonna bake this. I'll bring you back as soon as it's ready to serve. So as you can see, my lasagna is completely cooked. So I have cut this into 4 servings. I just love these pasta bowls. I use them all the time. They're just fantastic. All right. Boy, I wish you had smell-o-vision. Sure smells good. All right, you've got some delicious spinach here. Make a second serving of this. Now that's a hearty portion made for anybody. Anybody could fill up on this. Now I'm serving it tonight with some cottage cheese and Jell-O, and that is dinner. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. The recipe will be linked in the description below, so if you're interested, check it out. Trim Healthy Mama, you can't beat it. I've also got the starter book and both the cookbooks listed below as well. So have a great day, everybody. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, or give me a thumbs up. I'd love to have you as part of the Homestead Patch family. So see you next time. Bye-bye.